Capybara. Capybara, 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 capybara. Capybara, 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 capybara.
Hello, and welcome back to part 2 of my Kelowna trip. If you haven't already, there's a previous video linked in the description about my first trip to Kelowna. But feel free to watch this one first and then check out the first one after. For this trip, I'm going with the same group of girls from my Whistler adventure. The drive to Kelowna took about 4 hours, but honestly, it felt like a breeze this time. Maybe because I discovered a new car feature called the Adaptive Cruise Control, which made this long drive so much easier. No need to keep my foot on the gas pedal. As we crossed the bridge, we entered the east side of Kelowna. If you missed my first video, Kelowna is a stunning city in British Columbia known for its incredible wineries. Our first stop was a small family-owned winery I couldn't visit last time. Unlike the luxurious ones in the area, this winery stood out to me because they specialize in honey as well as wine. We arrived just as they opened and immediately made our way to their bistro for lunch. We were starving after the long drive. The menu had a $2 price increase compared to what I've seen online. We started with a $10 sparkling wine flight featuring 4 drinks. My personal favorite was the Bliss Sparkling Cherry. It was sweet, fruity, dry, and so refreshing. For lunch, we ordered the fresh pressed panini for $18 and the focaccia flatbread pizza for $18 and the apple pie baked brie for $13.90. While the pizza's presentation was underwhelming, the taste was a pleasant surprise.
Did you guys taste the peach?
The sweet peach flavor added a unique touch.
I just used this.
I just used it too.
Thank you. I was wondering why.
I'm the biggest wine fan in our group, so naturally I ended up drinking the most. After lunch, we headed inside to check out the shop. It seems like a few of their wines won awards, and I remember seeing a sign that said if you buy over a certain amount from their shop, you can actually get their wine tasting for free or at a discount. My memory couldn't remember the exact details, and I couldn't find any information online, but a tip is to make sure to check out the store before trying their wine tasting. There were so many cute things, so I bought over $60 worth of items as souvenirs. Some things I bought were their honey beer wine from the sparkling tasting wines, honey lotion and soap, and honey pickles. Finally, we decided to go on a self-guided bee tour. So, what is honey wine? Honey wine or mead is an alcoholic beverage made using honey. Yeast processes the sugar, and the byproduct is alcohol. Different alcohols are made by using different sugars. Grape wines use the sugars in grape juice. Honey wines uses the sugar in honey. Surprisingly, bees need clean water to survive, and it's good to place one in your garden with a little rock so that they don't drown while drinking some water.
So this is a water station?
While bees can fly far, it's good for them to have a safe pesticide-free garden for them to pollinate as a food source.
Gosh, it's so small. I guess what we're used to seeing is wasps, and these honeybees.
I think
are
you know they're
small.
bees if they're fuzzy, right? That's how you distinguish.
The bees here were incredibly docile and busy with their work. No swarming or stinging, just calm, happy bees. I guess they were too busy to care about strangers peeking into their homes. After the educational bee tour, we checked out their games outside. Their games weren't so easy. Their cornhole or sack toss game was especially hard. I wanted to film the beanbag going into the hole but couldn't get it in. So June suggested we fake it to make it look like we got it in the hole. Shortly after, we headed to Myra Canyon and rented bikes for 4 hours. Compared to the last time I came, it was busier and warmer. I talked about it in my previous Kelowna video, but this magical bike ride at Myra Canyon had 18 trestle bridges and 2 tunnels that were too spectacular for words. The trip is 24 kilometers round trip and is highly recommended if you visit Kelowna. There was a big wildfire in 2003 that burned down 12 bridges, but with the government funding, they were able to rebuild them. In my previous trip, I showed that they were finishing up constructing the bridges, so I had to get off my bike to cross the bridge during the construction for safety reasons. But this time, I was able to ride my bike without any worries. Perfect weather, roads, and companionship. What more could I ask for?
Hey, June. We made it till the end. Woo! Say hi, guys. We did it. How do you guys feel? Making it to the final destination.
It was a nice ride. It was very cool, very chill, lots to see.
On our way back, we saw many bikers stop by to climb some rock step. So we decided to stop and check out what it was all about. It was a pretty short but steep climb up. The views were amazing.
Oh my god, she didn't listen to me when I told her not to go up. Say hi to the viewers.
Once we got down, we rode our bikes back to the entrance where we started our bike journey. Some of our butts started to feel sore, so we rode our bikes standing up at the end. In the evening, we checked into our hotel, which was located in the core of downtown Kelowna. If you want to book a place downtown, I highly suggest getting a place with free parking because parking is pricey here.
The first room we got, it was so stinky, and so we had to get a new one. It smells like toilet. Ugh.
The second room we got was spacious, clean, and odor-free. June was so happy we got a room change due to the smell that she even performed a happy dance. As evening quickly approached, we settled down and decided to go out for Thai food. Surprisingly, the streets were more packed than last time, with more people opting for patio seating. We ordered a bunch of Thai food to share and ended up getting another pad Thai and fried banana for dessert.
So we were so hungry that we got another pad thai.
And this time ketchup because I wanted ketchup and ketchup is delicious.
Yum.
Yum, 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 yum. To the banana, yeah.
Did you know Kelowna is a hotspot for bachelorette parties? There were tons of ladies celebrating, and Kelowna offers a nice package for these occasions. After living in the province of British Columbia for over 2 years, I firmly believe there is a huge population of BC that just never leaves the province in their lifetime. So I personally think most of them come to Kelowna to celebrate the Bachelorette too. I promised to buy June dessert to pay off my debt, so we went to Parlor Ice Cream. Oh boy, is this the only ice cream shop in town, or is it just that good? There was a huge lineup. There were tons of interesting flavors, but I mistakenly made the wrong decision and ended up with 2 huge scoops. Okay, what flavor did you guys all get? Hannah, what'd you get?
Lavender.
Just lavender? 2 scoop?
1 scoop.
Oh,
Tiramisu and Cookie Monster.
what'd you get?
London Fog and hazelnut whiskey.
Strawberry and key lime pie.
Is this the beach we're going on tomorrow?
There's one down there.
At night, the streets were even more packed with live performances. Unfortunately, our stomachs started to hurt, so we quickly went back to the hotel and ended our night early. Hello and good morning, Kelowna! It's a bright new day in Kelowna, and as you can see, I am particularly excited for day 2. You'll see why later on in the video. Our morning started with free breakfast at the hotel. We made sure to eat plenty so we would have enough energy to get through the day. I had eggs for protein, pastries for carbs, and a bunch of delicious fruits.
Stick some jam.
Are we having lunch or we're just heading back?
Breakfast done. Woo. So we're walking by the waters in Kelowna downtown because last night we didn't get the time to explore. Like we had to go back in due to an emergency. But today we're gonna explore, and I think it's a lot better. It's like less crowded, and I don't know, compared to the nightlife, I kind of like the quiet daytime. It's like no one there too, so we have the place to ourselves. Nice. Let me show you the view. The mountains here are just gorgeous. I think I like it better than Vancouver. Along our walk, we found a broken piano. Did you know all 4 of us took piano lessons from a young age? Since a lot of the keys didn't work, we played some classic yet simple songs from our childhood. Shortly after, we quickly got back to the hotel, checked out, and made our way to our next location, which is north of Kelowna.
So we're here to see kangaroos, wallabies, capybaras, a bunch of animals. And this is north of Kelowna. So excited to go because it's been like literally my life dream to see capybaras.
This place originally started off with some kangaroos and then expanded to have multiple animals. I really couldn't wait any longer, so I quickly got to the capybara enclosures. On my way, I saw what I believe were turkeys and finally a field full of capybaras. I was definitely screaming on the inside with excitement. Did you know capybaras are the largest rodents on Earth and are mainly found in South America?
Baby capybaras.
These creatures are so relaxed and chill. They actually get along with so many animals too.
Is it a he or she? Do you like this?
Their fur was definitely not soft. It was coarse, brittle, and sparse. It felt like I was petting a broom. I think it was too hot for them to move around, so they were all gathered in the shade. They sure loved getting all the attention and free belly rubs. I didn't know why, but they really reminded me of my rabbit Coco at home.
They're actually very, very small, and they're nocturnal.
Hello, birdie.
Give me one sec, buddy.
Its back looks real dry.
Then I went to see the rabbits.
Careful, they're soft. But Coco
Yeah.
feels like more like a cotton ball.
Yeah,
They feel more like silky.
this is what Indomie felt like. It's just like different breed. This is a giant Flemish, I think. They're all siblings. 27 litter.
They were so much bigger than Coco, and it turns out they are all actually siblings. Some irresponsible owner let these rabbits breed out of control and gave them to this farm when they couldn't handle them anymore. Seeing these animals reminded me why I can't own nice furniture at home.
These are what my furnitures look like. All chewed up. What kind of sounds do emus make?
Quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack.
These are her softer quills. Underneath, she has a lot thicker ones. They would be the ones that she would use to defend herself. She's very friendly.
I want to see. Yeah.
Where does it like being touched?
Just along his back there.
His back?
An iguana or a bearded dragon?
I am at a kangaroo farm, which is quite surprising to find in Canada. So I looked it up online and found that this whole place started off with 12 rescued kangaroos from New Zealand. And fun fact, I recently found out that kangaroos are not even native to New Zealand either.
Yeah, they had them in their house, the owners. It was crazy. I was like, they were running up and down the stairs, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Turns out there are about 54 kangaroos on this farm right now, and they're strictly pets within the farm.
These are kangaroos,
Hello. Would you like to eat some greens today? There you go.
I didn't know if it's just really hot today, but these animals just didn't want to move at all. They were all lying on the ground looking like they were dying of the heat. Their poop literally looks like Coco's, but 10 times bigger. One kangaroo was like, "Oh no, you caught me pooping while lying down. I'm ashamed, shamed." In the closure, there were chickens and a huge turkey.
I'll give you a leaf if you get me subscribers. This is what Coco would look like if he was a wallaby. Sleeps like Coco too.
We also saw some male kangaroos up to 6 feet tall. Thankfully, they were enclosed in another space. Finally, we saw a baby kangaroo in its mother's pouch. So adorable.
Little baby in his pouch. Or so cute. It's a female kangaroo.
Once we were done, we headed to do the Apex hike. If you haven't watched my first Kelowna trip, you might not understand, but essentially I was supposed to do this hike last time, but a storm came out of nowhere, so I couldn't do it. I was feeling a lot of regrets afterwards and couldn't stop thinking about it. So here I am, finally ready to tackle this hike. This hike is supposed to have the best view of Kelowna City. I didn't think it would be hard, so I did this hike in jeans and no water, which was a mistake. The sun was scorching hot, and there were practically no shades throughout the entire hike. The incline was pretty steep, but we eventually all made it to the top. Thank goodness the top had a shaded rooftop. The hike truly did have the best views of the city, and I would come back and do it again, but without jeans next time. Shortly after, some of us went for a swim after the sweaty, hot hike. I did bring a swimming suit, but I didn't want to deal with drying myself after getting wet, so I watched June swim in the water instead. Well, that's the end of my Kelowna Part 2 trip. You can also check out my first trip to Kelowna because, oh boy, it was definitely a different experience from this one.